So good afternoon, Mohit.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. And what about you?
I'm also good, and thank you so much for asking. Yeah,
So Mohit, as first time, so would you introduce about yourself?
yeah, sure. So thanks for this opportunity. And my name is Mohit Saxena, and I'm basically from MP. And if you talk about my education, so I have done my BSc from Agra, and then I shifted to my job. So I have total experience more than 2 years in corporate. So right nowadays, I'm just took a break for some reason and for upskilling myself apart from this, and apart from, I mean, side by side we just English conversation too, because to enhancing my skills and communication skills, because sometimes we need some to fluency, and English conversation is very most important thing nowadays, because when you ever go somewhere like some big cities and all, so like big cities I would say, but you whenever you go uh, some tier 1 city, tier 2 cities, right? So even they are taxi drivers also speaking in English, correct? So we just trying to be to not, my purpose is like that, to for the for I mean to interviews and all, right? So my goal is that to ability to speak in English, because it's somewhere you have some needs this language somewhere, right, isn't it? So we just trying to be make uh, to fluency, and to be trying to be perfect for this language, but English is very vast language, but still we trying to be more enhancing and some kind of, so that's all about. Yeah.
Okay, so that's to listen from you about your introduction and about your goal. So now I introduce a little bit about myself. That
Yeah.
I introduce Varsha, and basically I am from Himachal Pradesh, and currently I am living in Punjab, and I am blessed with two kids. And if I'll talk about my qualification, so I have completed my master in computer, and I have recently I have started my YouTube channel, and now I am working on that. Yeah, that's all about me. And okay, so Mohit, let's begin with my question that I am making this video for those people who are thinking about starting their English journey, but somewhere they are just lacking because of their procrastination and with few reasons I can say that, and especially this video, especially for those people, those have zeal for learning but they are unable to start. Okay, so I will ask you a few questions about your English journey,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so it will help for them. Okay, so tell me something that when did you start your English and how did you start learning?
Actually, it's a very long. It's been a long story, but sometimes it's all about consistent, right? So sometimes it's not be consistent, because somewhere I'm busy at my work and some personal work as well, right? And some kind of issues, and right. So it's a not be consistent, because it's a very most important. It's consistent, right? If you are consistent for this language in anything, so you have to achieve your goal as soon as possible, right? So yeah, so it's my journey will be start on, I mean, last year. So yeah, it's I took a session somewhere, right? So, and again gap and all, so we just uh, you would say it's last year, but I'm just trying to be more consistent. So yeah, that's how we started this journey. Yeah.
Now you are consistent about your English, and what
Yeah.
was the when you, did you take the first step, like did you start learning from grammar or did you start learning from like sometimes listening is very important. Some of my co-learners they told me about
Correct, correct, correct,
times they told that about grammar, the every person have their own perspective, so I
correct.
just want to know your perspective about
Yeah,
first
yeah.
step.
first step is my first step is listening, because listening is the most important thing. I mean, because if you have to understand those words, what the people are trying to say, right? So you have to understand both are the conversation, right? So that is the most important thing. And yeah, that's the main basic is that you have to listen more to more, right? So you have to ability to understand what idioms and what grammar to understand, right, those words, and to understand the conversation, right? If you're not able to both people are conversation, so it's not be a I mean, it's not for a good, right? So you have to be understand what people are conversations, right? These are the basic. And you have to be most important thing, it's English is okay, but conversation is very most important thing, right? You have to be able to express your thoughts and what, right? So if you are able to those things kind of words, right? So conversation is so you are make I mean you are able to speak, right? If you're not able to speak, at least okay, you have good enough at writing in all, right? But right now and these days you have to be able to speak. At least you have wrong, but at least you have to speak, right? You have to first step, right? You, if you're not able to single word, so it's not be a good for you. You have to speak, you have to push yourself, right? So so I facing a lot some challenges for my college days and even my school days, right? So I'm not be I'm very hesitate person sometimes, because if I'm able to speak what people are saying, right, and what people are thought in my, right? So that kind of my other side of mind, thinking about what people are laugh on, some kind of thought in my mind. But after college passed and you have some, you are in job and also you have to be speak. At least you have to speak. You have no options, right? Because you have to work in all, because you have some responsibilities on in all, because you not a child, and you, right, you are not a uh, college student, right? You have to earning yourself, and you're earning your some your family and all, right? So you have to be learn some kind of words, and you have to learn some, push yourself, right? If you some uh, responsibility, so you have to be push yourself, right? So yeah, that's all, because that journey for my started from after my graduation. So yeah, at least you have to able to speak, right? Yeah, it's okay. I'm just I'm not blaming, because I faced a lot, because I'm not kind of person to be make a laugh, and right, I'm not the person to, okay, because I faced a lot, because even because some people are from because how to say, some people are good schools, right? Good schools,
From
they are already I would say they already speaking well, right? They have some environment like, because I'm, yeah, so I'm not a person to that kind of environment. And also we not people around you, right? They are able to speak. So that kind of challenges I facing a lot. But right now we just improving myself to day by day too, because right now we just people are changed, mindset changed, right? So we just and these are the platform to enhancing your communication, right, online, right? And before, as you know that before you go back, not the internet. So how to be uh, pe- people to speak, right? So those are the challenges I face a lot from. I'm a 90s kid, so internet is coming on 20s, right? So I face those things. Yeah, so we are just now, we have to be to, and those, but internet is good, some kind of, it's how to use it, right? So yeah, so it's depend on you how to be useful or not, right? So English is very, I mean, nowadays you have to improve yourself. I mean, it's a one to one conversation, right? So it's very, and it's, and some kind of platform was there, sorry. So yeah, so that's kind of, you just go and take a session. I mean, it's a good learn, I mean, it's a tutor was there, and you have some doubts, if anything, they have to correct you, right? Even I mean, even I'm also mistake, they are just correct me, so I just learn from them right now. So it's okay, I'm not a person who, okay, I'm why people are uh, to correct me. So I'm not a egoistic person, I'm just saying, okay, it's okay, I'm just if someone I mistake, so you can just correct me, and I can learn from them, right?
In
So
this way,
I'm,
definitely, in this way, we learn, Mohit. So I can feel the pain that you
yeah,
have faced last about your communication skill, because as you told me that you were introvert person. So for
yeah,
introvert, it is like a totally problem for those people who are
yeah.
not so yeah, I can feel that thing. And okay, so now what advice would you give to someone who is to who is just starting to learn English? This is the last question to me, and after that we will talk about
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, okay, 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 okay. So my advice is that you have to be, I mean, if you are beginner and all, so you have to be to watch some content, right? Some, at least specific channels was there, I, which I mentioned to you. It's Shanta man. I think you already session or not. Yeah. So they, yeah. So she is very very. I mean, the channel was, I mean, I watched this some videos, and some shorts was there. So they just be helpful person, and the channel was different for me. I just fascinating about for this channel. I don't know, because you're and up to you again, but and these that they
So
content on they content on provide you. They just very helpful. They
yes,
just very help. Yeah, yeah, and you have to passionate about this language, and you have to learn, so you can just go and check out for this. I'm not a promotion, but it's very and it's very
sure. You,
genuine content.
yes,
So was there.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I am and so many creators as well. uh, so many creators, they are doing, but they just either way she approach, and they just uploading for their content, and very unique. So I love this channel, or I just learn, I'm also still learning for from this channel. So yeah, so that might helpful for me. Yeah,
That's great, Mohit, and it is a superb conversation with you. And definitely, our co-learners will learn from something us that how they can start their English journey. And I don't think so that English speaking is a daunting task for all
yeah,
of us, because everyone can learn. This is a skill, and the
yeah,
first step they have to first step is difficult, and after that everything will be okay.
yeah,
At least you
that,
can convey the message to anyone. So yeah,
yeah,
it's a long conversation, but it's nice to talk to you, and I'm just